Jai Shri Mataji. With the divine blessings of Shri Mataji, let us begin today's meditation center by bowing down at her lotus feet and taking bandhan. श्री माताजी की कृपा से हम आज का ध्यान स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं। बड़े ही विनम्रता से श्री माताजी के चरणों पर प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे। Three Mahamantras and Shri Ganesh Mantra. Let us keep both our let's keep our attention on both our hands and on our sahasrara. अपने चित्त को अपने दोनों हाथों पर और सहस्त्रार पर रखेंगे और श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमें ध्यान की स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। हमें निर्विचारिता की स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। Let's place our left hand towards Shri Mataji and right hand on the Mother Earth. बायां हाथ श्री माताजी की ओर, दाहिना हाथ पृथ्वी मां पर रखेंगे, जमीन पर। श्री माताजी, कृपा करके हमारे अंदर शुद्ध इच्छा शक्ति जागृत कीजिए। हमें सभी प्रकारों के अशुद्ध विद्या, प्रति अहंकार और दोषी भाव से मुक्त कीजिए। श्री माताजी, प्लीज अवेकन pure desire within us. Please make us free of all impure knowledge, guilt, and conditionings. Let's take our right hand towards Sri Mataji and left hand towards the sky, bent from the elbow. दाहिना हाथ श्री माताजी की ओर, बायां हाथ एल्बो से बेंड करते हुए पीछे की ओर रखेंगे। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माताजी, कृपा करके हमारे अंदर निर्मल चित्त जागृत कीजिए। श्री माता जी, हमें सभी प्रकार के अधिक विचारों से, प्रतिक्रियाओं से और अहंकार से मुक्त कीजिए। श्री माता जी, please awaken pure attention within us. Please make us free of overthinking, reactions, and ego. लेफ्ट हैंड टुवर्ड्स श्री माता जी, बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमें संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। श्री माता जी, प्लीज गिव अस बैलेंस। जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। We listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
But I'm extremely so happy that you people all have joined together. The collectivity is good and that you are helping the leader who is very capable, I must say. You are so lucky to have such a leader who is so capable, educated, wise, and I can't understand how people do not enjoy his leadership. If you have any problems, no harm. You see, from Australia I get such thick letters always when they write. But the main thing they never write. Like I never wanted them to go to America. Because America is a hell, you see. I didn't want them, they lose their vibrations, everything is not a place to go to. And without asking me, they all went. Otherwise, for a small thing like putting a WC somewhere, they'll write to you. But for going to America, nobody wrote. I never knew. I was surprised to see 35 people coming on top of these few 4-5 surgeries there. And the way they talk to these people also shocked the fun. They are actually Very, very good surgeons. There are few, very few, but one better than the other. Wonderful people. And gradually they are spreading Surg Yoga in a very good way. So they told me that some of the Surg Yogis who went from America, they said you are not supposed to have a common room for television. You can have your own television and you can sit in your room. We even cook separately, but it's supposed to be an ashram. And the Americans were surprised. They said, Mother, how can that be? I said, maybe. I can't say I have not heard of it. I asked Stephen. Stephen said, I have never heard of such a thing. That they have a separate room of their own and they cook food there and they have their television. They don't even talk to each other for days together. I said, this is something Australian style. I don't know how they have got this in their heads. So you have to be collective. It's very important. There's nothing to sacrifice. Actually, those who try to have separate houses are writing to me, Mother, please tell the ashrams to take us back because we are suffering. Their wives are pregnant and they can't drive, they can't do everything. And these are Indians who are good for nothing. They don't know anything to work it out. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to even have a garden around or nothing. So they said that, Mother, we want to go back to the ashram because these are useless people here and they are making us do every work. And now we are pregnant, we can't do it. So can't you arrange that we go back? The ashramite said there is no room for them. Poor girls are suffering. So no use having separate houses. The second point was brought out that they all are studying here. They come for Surg Yoga. Some gentleman is studying for 10 years and his wife is earning. That's not proper. Studying, he didn't come here to study. And because of studies, he has no time for Surg Yoga or anything. He's taking advantage of something so great. So that one should not do. Of course, you can study also. But first thing is Surg. You have come all the way. You have to, first of all, spread Surg. Otherwise, you will be failing God. You will be failing me. In every way, it shows a very mediocre effort for anything. And whatever success you might get also will be very limited and will not give you real pleasure. While if you are doing Surg Yoga, you can achieve a lot even in your studies. I know of a child whose father was sick who came to see me. And I cured him. When he went back, he told his son about his cure. So the son started meditating. And when he was meditating, the son, gradually, he was supposed to be a bachelor. And when he started meditating, you won't believe he stood first in the whole of UP, that is, I don't know how many million people live in that province. In the whole, in matriculation. It has not happened in my family with anybody. I was surprised how this boy could be so highly placed. We had first class and all that, but never the one who can top the whole list of millions of students. And this boy he had never met me, just meditated. Who was supposed to be a bad student, has done so. So your faith in meditation should not be lost, firstly. And also correcting yourself every time you find something wrong. Please be humble about it, try to find out. Rather worried about these children, is he going down the stream? Is it a very big stream or an ordinary?
Very small.
Is it very deep?
It's only this deep, Mother. Srimataji.
Shallow, it's all right. But somebody should be with them, a little child going that side. Can somebody go?
There's somebody with them.
उनका परिवार है.
Go from that side.
The mummy's there.
उनका परिवार है श्रीमती.
Is it their family or our?
उनका परिवार.
सब उनका नहीं, कुछ अपना भी है मेरे साथ. there's a lady with them. I think if you all manage your own children, there won't be problem. So every time I see a child, look at that girl. उनका परिवार है.
जी शिवानी सब उन्हीं का है. जो मोटी वाली जा रही है पीछे. उनका पूरा
Ah. The elder brother has to look after the little baby. That's good. That's very good. So, to come to a very happy note, we have to say that with all this happening, I'm sure you all Sajogis will move very fast and develop your sensitivity. This time also another problem came up because Baba Mama made a very big program for you to come down to India. Until the last minute, nothing had happened and I didn't know what to do. It was a very, very interesting program. Have you been through the whole program, any one of you? Tour you've been through? How did you enjoy? It's such a nice thing and we got it on a concession also, whole thing. And people saw tigers and they also saw that river. It was very nice. You also came to Chhindwara? Good. So you should understand that if you have to come, you should decide beforehand. Last minute is a big problem. And we know exactly how many are coming. I'm just giving you a practical difficulty. So we have to inform the railways, we have to inform the buses, we have to book the hall. I mean, everything has to be done, the food and every way. If we don't know how many people are coming, it's very difficult. And you don't have to do anything, you just have to pay money. But the rest of the people who have to receive you, the rest of the people who have to organize everything, it's very difficult. Still, I don't know how this time we managed everything. I was quite apprehensive because we couldn't understand how many were coming, how they'll be arriving. Some came directly from Bombay to Chhindwara, some came up to only Pune, they stayed only in Pune. So all these haphazard things, despite all kinds of miscalculations, it also worked out. But still, it's not so good as it should have been. Because it's better to have a peaceful, proper, thorough working out of these outside things, so at least then you are much more peaceful within yourself and to enjoy the whole thing. But all the time, if everybody is trying to put you up there and put you up there, it's very difficult. When you don't have to do anything is the point. You see, you don't have to just arrive. So it's better that you decide beforehand. But this time I don't know what has happened about the mess of the whole thing, the money part and everything. It's very difficult. We've been trying to calculate it and some people brought the money recently in Calcutta about half the amount they pay. This is not. So you see, actually what I feel is that at least you should know what you are going to do, what you want to do. How can it be last minute you decide? That I can't understand the person. I don't have a secretariat or I don't even have a secretary. Under these circumstances, you are all people who are secretaries. You are the ones who are organizing. It's not that you are just coming there like guests and the rest are just looking after. This time I would like you all to come and help the Indians. When they are organizing, when they are doing anything, you must help them. That would be much better than to just come like great guests there and at the last minute to arrive. Now, here we are. Now do what you like. And we were getting shocks after shocks. This time especially, I don't know what had gone wrong. Maybe the American trip might have clicked. Otherwise, the best are the Australians as far as coming is concerned. They are very systematic. But this time it was so difficult to organize because they came at random, absolutely at random. So I have to make a request on that point that a month ahead, we say beginning of November, if you could deposit the money and let us know that you are coming, it's all right. But otherwise we'll have to say no, which you should understand that's very difficult to manage things there, especially in London. They are very fed up with the people who are sending money like this in a haphazard way. So Dr. Spiro wrote a very strong letter for all the leaders that what are you doing, why can't you organize it properly and all. But I told him it's too strong, better not write like this, they'll be all right. So next time, Mother, we will not do all this banking business. I said, well, I don't know any accounting, how can I do it? You have to do the banking. He said, but it's not the way they should come. We don't know how to manage. So, you see, that part also one should see that one has to be more practical. You see, if you are divine, you cannot live in some cloudy atmosphere. You must understand what you have to do. Now, we have covered most of the things, but I'm also worried about the children here. We had a very nice school which was finished without telling me it arbitrarily. I wish that school was here. But your leader has kindly accepted that he will see that the school is established for children. Because you are going for work and the children are left at home sometimes or in schools where they can get spoiled and they may not have the same culture that you have in Sahaja. So if such a school, all of you should support and help. And you can all build it up also. Some labor is to be given and we can work it out. So if it works out well, I'm sure your children will have a proper placement. Another thing is about our school in India. We are trying to do our level best to make the school absolutely streamlined. But we have one problem. There are some children, very few, they are very dull. Most of the children are very intelligent, very good. And the standard in India is much higher. Now these dull children are left behind and we really don't know how to cope with them. But we don't want them to suffer also. Now if you send them back, there will be a problem. But in India the system is like this, that say in the 4th class if the children fail, then they are sent according to their aptitude to some sort of a formal school or something. If they fail in a higher class, then again they are taken out. Like that, till the matriculation, they go on diverting all such children. So they have some place in life. But I don't know how to do because our school is only academic and I don't know how to put these children into various other schools where they can learn some sort of a craft or maybe something else. So it's a very, very big problem and I don't know how to solve it with the children who are done. But I think the parents are responsible for that. And please see to it that your children are studying all right. You can see their books and see how much they have achieved in their education or not. Because individually you cannot pay so much attention to a person who is very low in understanding. This is the job of the parents here. Whatever you say, we are willing to do. We can put them in some other schools in India or we can work out something else for them. But if they are dull, we don't know what to force them on them, how to work it out. And that which the blame should not come on our schools, but more on the upbringing of the child, perhaps maybe, or maybe some sort of circumstances which has made him like that. We have to be sympathetic about these children, or we should find out something which is very, very congenial to them and which they can work it out better. This is another concern I have about our children there. Maximum number of children come from Australia. This time we had to increase the fees. It's not much. It's 1,000 rupees is hardly $50. $50 is nothing here. I mean, for a shoe you pay much more than that. So one should not object, because if you want us to improve the teaching, you want us to improve all kinds of things, like we are going to have music, we are going to teach them horse riding, house building, so many other things they are being taught. And we are getting 6 specialist teachers now from this year. They are going to work it out very much with the children. Then you must understand, if you want to educate them very well, then you need more money. To think that India is cheap is also wrong idea, absolutely wrong idea. Because this time I was surprised how the prices have gone up. About the same as your country. They are about the same. Apart from that, you see, the education in English schools, like my grandson is going to one English school there. He's paying 7,000 rupees as a day scholar. So the school doesn't pay for his food or anything. He's paying 7,000 as a day scholar and 75,000 for admission. So compared to that, it's much cheaper for you just. But if you send somebody to a very ordinary school in India, it might be cheaper. But for a special school or a school where English or a Cambridge University is interested, it's very, very expensive. So Cambridge University has accepted that they will allow our children to appear for Cambridge education also. If you want, they can study for it. So all these things I have to communicate to all of you. They are working very hard to see that the whole thing is streamlined, and they are provided with everything, very artistic things around them. Only problem which is between the parents and the teachers is this, that lot of homework is given to the children to go home and study. One of the reasons is that if you allow 3 months the children complete abandoned life, as you have in the West, they will go into problems. They cannot come back to normal time. So there should be some way that you put them for studying something, so their mind is in the studies. Because once they come here, you see, children are like that they are not so career oriented, so they don't want to study. They said, first thing I met the children, they said, "Mother, we don't want to study." So I said, "Then why are you here?" With me they are very frank. "We don't want to study, mother." So, "But then what are you going to do here?" "We are going to play." Can you imagine? So very frank. But that's what I say, that the tendency of the Western children is not career oriented. While our children, if I tell them that we are going to stop your school, finished, I mean, they'll be so disturbed. So they'll have to work very hard. On the contrary, here the tendency is to be playful and to be enjoying it. So that has to change also. You have to tell them the value of their lives. Mostly they are realized souls and very intelligent. But they are sometimes too intelligent and they want to outwit even the teachers. So I've brought everything to your notice now, that you can see for yourself how you will work it out with the children, how you will explain. And also try to spend some time with them, teaching them, because they must come up to the same level. It's very difficult. It's a very, very big problem for us. And if you can find a solution, please let me know. Now we are having again a program this time of Ganpati Puri. And all these people who want to marry should really give the forms and things much before time, so that your leaders can read it and find it. Some of the marriages, very few, have utterly failed. I would there blame the leaders also, that they should have studied the person, what sort of person that is, what is the temperament, how it will work out. Say the temperament is not alright, or their professions are diagonally against each other, then it will not work. And this is where I sometimes tell the leaders that they should scan completely the nature and the whole attitude of the candidates who want to get married. And they should do at least for 2 years of surgery. If you have a very dominating woman who wants to marry, it's better is not to have. Or a dominating husband, better not have. It's not important how many numbers we have for the marriage. What is important, how many marriages are successful quality-wise. So, from that angle, you should give a complete idea about the girl and a complete idea about. It's done in 1 month's time. It's such a fast work, I should say. But despite that, so many marriages are successful. Luckily because of vibrations. But sometimes, you see, in a hurry and scurry, you just can't feel any vibrations. It's too difficult. So it's the duty of the leader, no doubt. But also if you know something about the person, you should come and tell the leader that this is the situation is, and that just now the person is feeling like doing it but may not be able to carry on because temperamentally such a person is not fitted. So that advice would be nice. Especially also just before getting married, if anybody thinks that has heard something from the boy or from the girl which shows less confidence, you should come and tell on your own that mother, there's such and such problem, you just verify. Because this is eternal relationship for which there should not be any problem, I think. And people should know that is very important. So if you know or if you find something, you must let us know about that couple. That mother, this won't work out or whatever the problem is, or they are talking like this among themselves. That will solve the problem. Because when the marriages fail, it has a very, 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 very deep damage done to children, done to them, done to the name of such. So I wish all the luck for the marriages, but still I would say that whatever is done should be done with clear-cut understanding. Definitely we are working out well because out of all these marriages, one in a while fails. So there's nothing wrong. May God bless you.
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for today's collective meditation. Let us humbly bow down at Shri Mataji's lotus feet and take bandhan. श्री माता जी, आज के ध्यान के लिए आपके श्री चरणों पर हम नमन करते हैं। हम सभी पूरी विनम्रता से श्री माता जी के चरणों पर प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे।